So I've got the new O-rings for the pipe, and I'll be fitting it in to the end of the cylinder block, and it should fit in easily enough. Basically it fits in the back like that, but O-rings keep a seal where it comes in and out of the wee hole. Can be a bit difficult to fit actually, from what I remember. So what I will be doing is taking a little bit of very light sandpaper, maybe 400 grit or 600 grit, and just very carefully taking away a wee bit of the sharp edge there that is the lead-in for the O-rings. It just should help them go in nicely and easily without getting caught up or anything. So I'll do that now, lubricate them a bit with some rubber grease, and hopefully they should pop in. Let's see how easy that will be. So that's my new O-rings fitted on the end of the pipes, 1 and 2. I've greased them with rubber grease, the red rubber grease, and I've also greased the holes. So hopefully that should fit in the wee orifices. Okay, here goes. Well, that went in quite easily. I think it's gone in well. I can't see any signs of the O-rings getting misshapen or not going in right. I'll have a little check before I bolt them up and see. On this bike here, I used to have carburetor warmers that used to come off, the coolant used to come out of this tube here and into the carburetors to stop them icing up over winter. I've actually removed all the plumbing that goes with that now, so I just bypass it and it just goes straight back down to my water pump. So I'll reconnect that and then put in some coolant and hopefully get everything back to being ready to fire up. Right, now I'm going to test it out, fill up the coolant system again, and check for leaks. So I'm just checking for leaks where the O-rings fit, and at the moment I can't see any leak at all, so that's good news. Seems to be holding. I'll come back in the morning and check again, and if all being well, pop the carburetors back on and fire her up. So I'm going to leave this overnight and put this bit of hardboard down, so any drips should be evident in the morning, and if it's clean then there's a good chance there's no leaks. So, good morning, and this is the new day here, and let's go and investigate. It's looking good because there's no drips on the hardboard, no drips from drain plug or any of the plumbing, and around the back of the cylinder, absolutely lovely. No drips and completely dry, as you can see. So that's the water topped up to the neck of the filler on the radiator cap, which is beside the thermostat housing. I like to get some of the air bubbles out. Often the air bubbles can gather along this top hose, so little squeezes here and there just to encourage any air bubbles up to the surface. And then we look again, and yeah, it's dropped a wee bit, so I'll put a wee bit more water in until we get to the top of the bottom of the neck. Refitting the fuel pump is really straightforward. It basically just slides in and the mounts on the rubber mount, the metal mounts and the rubber grommet things. And again, just for the fuel filter, more or less the same story. You just put the wee rubber thing on. I'm sorry about the light, by the way. It's a terrible day outside, as you can probably hear. Pouring with rain, and there's not much light. Cold winters morning. So we have the fuel filter back on, the fuel pump back on. I'll have to connect the connector and reconnect the pipe to the carburetors once I stick them on. They should be straightforward enough, just a sort of push fit into their inlets. I've actually just got them hanging on the side here, so I'll do that now. And that's it, as easy as that. So, I just need to tighten up the clamps now. Carburetors are pushed home. Oh no, they're not. A little bit extra. That's it now. That's good. Okay. Now we shall fit the air filter. Oh, sorry. Connect the fuel pump to the carburetor feed, and then I'll show you how to connect the airbox and air filter the easy way. So that's the clamps all tightened up now and sitting squarely on the rubbers. And what I'm going to do now is fit the fuel pipe to the carburetors. So now I need to refit the idle cable, which is nicely in its groove. I've also to fit the crankcase breather, which simply slots on here. And now the crankcase breather tube is connected, and I now connect it to the top section of the airbox. Just a push fit into there. And now it's time to fit the bottom section of the airbox and the filter. So in goes the bottom section of the airbox. You just rest there loosely. And now I shall fit the air filter. Hopefully that should be it. What I've done with these long screws is I've pulled them up all the way and then undone them slightly, which kind of grips them in the housing, so it just means there's space for this to come through. So what I need now to do is pop these back down and carefully tighten up with a screwdriver. Hold it up at the end here, and I can feel it dripping now. It's pulling in. So we have now successfully managed to put the airbox back on with the air filter without disturbing the rubbers where the airbox meets the carburetors, which is what I was making sure to avoid, because it can be so time consuming to try and get them to fit in. That's it all reconnected. There's a little drain tube and outlet just at the bottom of the airbox that I'll have to reconnect as well. That can be a bit fiddly, but it's the next thing to do. But what I want to do is start the engine. So we'll reconnect the fuel tank and the battery, start her up, let her warm up, and see if there's any leaks from the rear of the cylinder. Nearly forgot. Choke cable needs connected. That's the battery reconnected. I need to switch on the fuel now. Now, this isn't gravity fed, this is fed by the fuel pump. And on the ZX10, the fuel pump initially, when you put on the ignition, doesn't activate until the starter motor button is pressed. So it takes a bit of time for it to start, so don't expect it to start up straight away. So it's going to have to fill the float bowls first, and then hopefully it should start. Well, let's find out. Fuel's on, should be coming through well. Just checking for any leaks, can't see anything, so see how she fares. can see, there's a lot of moisture in the air today. It's a very damp garage. But she starts. So back again this morning, and all seems well. No leaks from anywhere. So we're going to start her up and run her for a while.